All right, we welcome on Associate Head Coach Jon Scheyer. Coach, start us off with an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions. Coach.
Well, it's obviously there was an exciting win for our team. It's been a heck of a 24 hours. Of course, with the news, with Coach not feeling well, and we were hoping he was going to be able to make it to tonight's game, but it turned out it was best for him to be at home, and we're looking forward to getting him back as quickly as possible. I think there was a lot of motivation coming off that Miami game with things that we can do better. And, we loved how our team played the right way, made each other better on the offensive end. And then defensively, we really battled, against a Wake Forest offense who's, one of the best teams, best offenses in the ACC and best teams as well. So proud of our guys, specifically AJ Griffin, what he's done, working his tail off all season long, never complained for 1 second, worked as hard, if not harder than anybody in our team. So to see it translate on the floor tonight is really special. So with that, I'll take any questions that anybody has.
All right, we'll start with Aaron.
Hey, John. There's a lot of noise behind me, so I hope you can hear me okay.
Yeah,
you guys had a run, I think, of 13 straight made shots. You had the last few of the first half. They had a couple of turnovers, and then you really just got rolling in the second. What did you like best about maybe the way you guys were playing offensively to get the shots that you got and make them?
Well, we've talked about a lot recently of end of half situations coming out of the half and then end of game, just managing time and score and really having a sense of urgency. And, so we made that spurt there to close the half off, which is really important going to halftime with the lead. And then coming out and getting all those defensive stops, I think we definitely knocked them back. That was, really important. From there, we were really in control of the game. So, it's been something that Coach K has emphasized. As a staff, we've emphasized it, and that carried over tonight.
Steve Wiseman.
John, what was the main idea behind the lineup change, and what did that give you tonight?
Well, first of all, it gave us great size. It's that group that we put out there to begin the game. It's a big team. Trevor Keels and Wendell Moore is your two smallest players, and they're big guards. They can switch really, really well, switch, 1 through 4 at times, 1 through 5. And AJ Griffin has just been coming on. He's just been playing really well. Still need Jeremy to come through big for us, and he did that in the second half. But it's really AJ's emergence, the consistency that Mark Williams has had, and then really to spotlight and highlight Paulo Banchero. And Paulo played a terrific game. Thought at the end there he had a chance to have 30 plus, but he just really carried us, especially in the beginning of the game, the way he set the tone. So I think that lineup helped. And again, we'll be ready to make changes as the season goes on.
Brendan Marks.
Hey, John. Congrats on the win. I wanted to ask you about the whole situation with Coach, and obviously you mentioned you're hoping to get him back as soon as possible. Can you sort of walk us through what the last 24 hours have been like for you, when you found out, how you guys were able to adjust on the fly, and also just if you've had a chance to speak with him since the end of the game?
Yeah, we spoke briefly. It was a little hectic in there, so I got him on FaceTime. I'm going to give him a call right after this to talk a little bit more. But it was really an evolving situation. He wasn't feeling well. We were hoping to have him back for this game. We thought it'd be closer to a game time decision, but just in his best interest, we need him to be 100%. And so that's what he's doing. Very optimistic that's going to happen quickly. But for us, we just have had to adjust. It's no different than the last month that we've had. I feel like every day we're just figuring it out. Who do we have? COVID, not COVID, who's sick, who's healthy. So hopefully this is, it starts to trend down where we know who's going to be here every game. But I know that's killing him that he's not here. We want to get this one done for him and, get him back for our game on Saturday.
Connor O'Neill.
Hey, John, you've mentioned a couple times the focus is on improvements from last game and the motivation. I know you mentioned in the opening the last minute of the first half and the first 4 in the second half. I mean, how rewarding was that to see your guys kind of execute in those moments and kind of take control there?
Yeah, they did a great job, and we've spent a lot of film sessions, a lot of time teaching those situations. And if you can really win that last minute, I mean, it was a huge swing for us tonight. You know, to go up halftime, you know, to be up 6 points when it was really back and forth. They were up, we were up. It was a big time swing. So, and I'll tell you what, the way that Wendell Moore led and helped us execute, it was very easy for me to be in communication with him. You know, and I can tell you for Coach K, when we get him back, that communication with Wendell is so important. And he was really under control. 6 assists, no turnovers tonight. You know, his numbers don't, you know, blow you out of the water, you know, having, you know, 7 points and 5 rebounds, but he was just so steady for us. It was hard to take him out of the game. So his poise and leadership really allowed us to go on those runs to end the first half and to begin the second half.
All right, we'll go to Luke DeCock.
Hey, John, obviously not the first time you've stepped in as coach, but the first time since the future changed a little bit. And I'm just curious if you took any kind of different approach to tonight than you might have the BC game a year ago, just because you have a different outlook on what this might be like going forward.
Honestly, no. I mean, it wasn't a different outlook. It was, you better win, or that call to Coach K afterwards. This isn't gonna be fun. You don't want to let him down. But no, I think there's just more of a comfort that you have. You know, the first time doing it. First of all, it's never comfortable when you're coaching in Cameron and nobody's there. So that's not comfortable, like, to begin with, which is what it was last year coaching against BC. But, you know, comfortable, confident, you know, very confident in our staff being able to step up. You know, I had the scout. And so, you know, where there are multiple voices that our players could hear, you know, Nolan Smith stepped up and crammed basically for, you know, several hours there just to, you know Wake more and to know their specials, and you could see him yelling out their plays. So just the chemistry with our staff, the confidence in each other, I think that played even a bigger part in what we did tonight.
We have time for 2 more. We'll go to JB Ricks.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Luke actually just stole my question, but I will double up on that by asking about the players' response, you know, with this, you know, being your first time, not your first time coaching, but your first time as the coach in waiting or whatever. Was there a different response at all from your players, or were they just that much more comfortable, you know, following your lead in this situation?
I think they're just focused on winning the game, you know, and, you know, we have a great relationship with our guys. And, you know, I think, you know, it's obviously unfortunate when coach couldn't be here, but what it does is it unites us where we want to get it done for him. So we had that going. I think there's a complete trust with our guys. There's motivation coming off the Miami game. There's motivation getting it done for coach, and maybe some motivation not wanting to make me look bad at the same time. So who knows? But definitely the first 2.
Our final question, we'll go to Max Rigo.
Yeah. Hey, John, you know, it seemed early in the game you guys were making it a point of emphasis to get it to Paolo kind of on the low block compared to maybe on the Miami game, getting it more on the perimeter. Was that kind of just something that you guys looked at in film, and, you know, what was the strategy going in with him?
Yeah, there was a conscious effort just to really get him the ball, 1, as much as possible, and then 2, in different spots. And, you know, the way that he started the game off was big time. I really thought he was going to go for, you know, 35 points there for a moment, but he's capable of doing that. And I think what it did, once he was scoring and attacking the basket, it really opened things up for other guys, which is just how we have to play. I mean, he's going to be a big part of what we do. I mean, I don't think I'm giving away the, you know, nuclear codes or anything by saying we need to get the ball to Paulo. We do. And our guys did a great job of hitting him. He needs to continue to be more efficient, you know, and take advantage of those matchups. But he did a great job tonight. Proud of him. And we'll build off of this.
All right, Coach, we appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you all.